Meet Frank and Boris. He's L-ATV, Light Combat Tactical All-Terrain Vehicle. Van life has changed the world of camping on wheels forever, and with it, the price of overlanding rigs has skyrocketed. These days, spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on an expedition vehicle has almost become the norm. But Frank took a very different path. In this video, he'll show you how you can build a true expedition rig for under $50,000. So before you buy just another Sprinter, you might want to check this out. And in the future video, I'll show you guys how Chris converted this ambulance into a four-wheel drive beast. This is Frank. I saw Frank on the highway, and he had this cool rig, and I was just really curious of what this rig is about, and I was able to track him down. He was parked, and I decided to go and chat with him and see if we can get a tour and a little explanation of his rig. And the actual rig itself is a military.
Yep, it's a military from the U.S. Army. It's from 1995, so it's 35 years old.
He paid $22,000 for it, and he'll talk to you guys a little bit about what he did to it. And he mentioned something about the fact that you can buy these rigs for very cheap, and you could possibly do a mod for...
You can probably get away with it between 30 and 50,000, like livable.
Yeah.
That you can use livable. I mean, you can buy it and just go off-roading.
Right.
The first year I took it off-roading just like that, right,
Yeah.
as soon as I got it.
So livable for 50,000.
I want it to be exactly what I had at home. So I'm all totally electric. There's no gas whatsoever. There's no propane. So I put as much battery as I wanted, as much solar as I could fit on it, and the comforts at home: a hot water heater, a toilet, a shower, a king-size bed.
And we'll go inside and look at everything inside. He even has a pretty fancy coffee machine.
Yeah, yeah.
But,
coffee is important.
It is an incredible rig. So let's start with a tour on the outside. Would that be a good
Sure.
good start? And we'll go and look at the Samurai. He's got a trailer with a rig that he can drive on. So let's do a little tour.
Sure. Well, this is an LMTV decommissioned military truck from the U.S. Army. This model is the M1079. The Army decommissions them after about 25 years of use. There's really not a lot of use because when I got this truck, it had 5,000 miles, and I'm the third owner on it. So if you get it directly from the Army, you can get them as low as 1,000, 1,500 miles on them, which is nothing. They haven't even had their first oil change. They have different variants of this truck. Like I mentioned, this is the 1079, then they have the 1078, where it has no box. So this one came with the box. It's what they use as, I believe, a telecom truck. They can connect 2 or 3 of them and make a base with that. They're not very expensive when you get them from the government. I personally paid $22,000 for it from the third owner. But if you get them straight from the Army, you can go as low as $5,000. Doesn't mean that they're going to be in perfect condition, but you can get lucky. I've seen guys get them for $5,000 and change the batteries, and voila, they had a perfect working truck. If you want, you can also do upgrades. I did quite a few upgrades on it, but we'll get into that later. I personally chose this model of truck because it came already with the habitat. Windows were included. The back patio doors are also there. It's all aluminum box. It has 1/8 aluminum, 2 inches of styrofoam. Not styrofoam, sorry, it's spray foam. And then it has another 1/8 of aluminum on the other side. So the box is sturdy, it's well insulated. So ready to go. When you get it, I bought it. It had nothing inside. It had some electrical that the Army still had left in there. I stripped everything out, and I went up north in Quebec, Canada, and I stayed in it. I put a mattress on the floor, and I did some camping over there up in northern Quebec. They're very cheap. I mean, you can get into a truck like this for, let's say, if you buy it directly from the Army for $5,000-$6,000. You put in another $20,000-$30,000 for under $50,000. You can probably get, maybe not built like this one, but you can get something very livable in it. It all depends what you want to do. If you want to do a weekend, I have friends that use this just to go hunting. So they build it out very simple, and they go hunting for the weekend with it.
Frank is going to tell you a little bit of what he did on the outside and then also on the inside.
So suspension wise, this truck, it already comes with quite a bit of heavy duty suspension. It has what they call cab air suspension. So this whole cab rides on a cushion of air. I did an upgrade. I bought a new model of airbags. I also upgraded the shocks to Fox shocks on it. There's a company out in Oregon that makes these shocks specifically for this model of truck. And also these trucks, as you can see, has a 47-inch tire, and it's a two-piece rim, so it could never come off. It could never debead, I believe they call it. And it has self-inflation system, a CTIS.
And if you guys spend a lot of time in Baja, inflating and deflating is the great nightmare. I actually carry 2 compressors because it takes a very long time. How long does it take without this system to inflate it?
Using a compressor, it took me 45 minutes going from 30 PSI to 80 PSI.
Oh my God, then how long does it take with the system like this?
You can cut that down to maybe 15 minutes.
15 per tire, or?
No, it inflates all 4 at the same time.
Oh my God, that's incredible.
It inflate, and I've already used it out in Quebec, and while I was getting into the off-road, I would just press the button and it would start deflating while I was driving. So you don't have to stay stationary. As long as you're not going too fast, if you're going, let's say 15, 20 miles an hour, it'll deflate and it'll start inflating also. Moving for the fuel, the truck originally came with 57-gallon tank, which gives you about maybe, let's say 400-mile range, about that on a good day.
What is the gas mileage while we're talking about this on this rig?
I average about 7 to 8. Don't forget, I'm pulling a trailer behind with a Suzuki. It's not just if you have just bare bone truck, you might get 9 or 10. But I've done upgrades to get that. Like I put highway gears on the differentials, and I've updated also the hub. It used to have a planetary hub. Now it has a single, I forgot what they call it, but it's what they call an eco hub. Somebody that designed it for this truck. So it's better, it runs a little bit faster. I can go up to, I've already hit 80 miles an hour with this truck. It's not very safe and not very comfortable, but at 65, this truck drives like a Cadillac. It's very smooth. But going back to the gas, it comes with a 57-gallon tank. I added an auxiliary tank of 69 gallons because I wanted that extra range. I had the space for it, and this tank is gravity fed. I just put a pet cot, I believe it's called, and I just turn it on whenever I want gas to flow from this one to this one. Turn it on and it flows. No pump, no unnecessary electronics or electrical system. It's great.
What's the range that you get on that?
Now with both tanks, I've never used all of it completely. I always fill it up before, but I think I have like about 1,000-mile range
So he can go from northern Baja to southern Baja in one tank, which is pretty amazing.
And it comes in very handy because I filled up in Yuma, Arizona, and I'm here in Guerrero Negro, and I still have over 3/4 of a tank full. The first year I left Montreal, I had with both tanks. It's like when you put gas in New York, it was almost $5, and when I got all the way to Texas, it was $3. So you fill up in those states that are very cheap. Like if you fill up in Texas, you can go all the way to California without filling up again. So you save a lot along the way. You choose your gas stations. This tank cost me, I believe, was $1,000. And in the first trip coming down to Arizona and going back to Canada, it paid itself off.
So Frank, what you have? Sorry. so what do you have for storage? Have you done anything to the rig, or did it come with the storage that you see here?
No, the only storage that came with this truck is this little toolbox that they give you. The Army has for spare parts, and this is where I keep a whole bunch of jacks and spare parts. It's pretty deep. It's about 24 inches deep, but it's not enough. I usually just keep some recovery gear and some jacks in there. I've added four boxes, 3 that are custom made for this. This one here, 48 inches by 24 by 24. As you can see, there's a whole bunch of spare parts. I have an extra winch.
Oh boy. Wait, you called it winch before.
Yeah, I know.
You're not calling it winch anymore,
no.
huh?
And people are that have a whole bunch of, there's tools. There's actually a 3D printer in here.
Oh God.
So I can have a 3D print pieces.
Oh my God.
And a whole bunch of screws. And
so one thing that I was talking to Frank about is how he was mentioning that if you own a rig like this, you have to be a little handy. Do you want to talk a little bit more about this?
Yeah, you have to be. I mean, you can get by without being too handy, but it's good to be handy because you can get. If you're planning to go out in the remote areas, you need to know how to fix things. But there's a very good Facebook community that will help you out. Like I recently got stuck in San Felipe, Baja, and I just went on the Facebook group. I asked a couple of questions, and some guys pointed out what it could be. I bought the part, changed out the part, and 7 days later, I was back on the road, and it took me maybe an hour and a half to work on the truck. I just had to figure out where to get it. That was the longest part of of the ordeal.
And the interesting thing that he mentioned to me is that he was stuck. You want to tell a little bit like where you were stuck? Fortunately, it was a good spot.
Yeah, my girlfriend found this Overlander spot on the beach. We went towards it. We got to the beach. I got stuck in the sand, and when I tried to get out of the sand, that's when the truck had the problem. So I was directly on the sand, on the beach, about maybe 30 feet from the water. Nobody else around, peace and quiet. It was great. It was the best place you could get stuck in, if you want.
A week stuck in there.
Yeah.
And do you want to tell a little bit what happened as far as like something that you have learned about this truck?
Keep spare parts.
And what was it though that failed twice at this point?
It was actually, yeah, twice I've had a check valve fail on the brakes system. Different check valves because this truck has multiple safety features on it. So there was a check valve 2 years ago that failed in the front, that stopped the truck, and this time it was the check valve in the back. Like I mentioned, it's a 35-year-old truck, so it's bound to happen. Parts are gonna wear out, even if it doesn't have a lot of mileage on it. Parts get old, rubber gets old, cracks, decays. So you're gonna have to change these parts, and that's why it's good to be handy to be able to figure out how to do it. But it's not rocket science. Anybody that can screw in a light bulb, or maybe a little bit more, but can do it. If you can put in a screw in a piece of wood, you can probably figure out how to do this. You have to break your head. You can't be one of those millennials that, oh no, I can't figure it out. I need to ask ChatGPT. No, this doesn't work. ChatGPT is not gonna solve your problem here. Mechanical wise, it's very simple to work on because these trucks are designed by the Army, and they know that young people are going to be working on it, maybe not completely skilled. 18-year-olds drive it and work on it, so they make everything simple. They just look intimidating because everything's so big, but it's the same thing having an 8mm bolt as having a 24mm bolt to work on. It's actually easier to work on a big rig like this. I've never had to lift this truck on a big lift or anything like that. I can jack up one tire, take out a tire. The tires weigh quite a bit. You're talking about 450 pounds with the whole assembly, the tire, the hub, everything on it. But it's doable. Like I mentioned before, I changed the shocks. I did it myself. The only things that I get mechanics to do is when I had to do the differentials, put in the lockers and things like that. So that's a little bit more technical. I prefer somebody else do that. But on the road, you can work on it as long as your motor's working and you have brakes. You can go anywhere and you can get out of anywhere. I have an extra box here. This is just a simple box. I didn't get it made. I just screwed it on. I had a place where I can put it, and there I keep all the water things, the drains, the hoses.
Cool. And let's go around the other side and check this out while we go on the other side. Look at this, how he carries his very jacked up Samurai. Is it a Samurai?
Yes.
Samurai, right?
Yeah, that's a Suzuki Samurai.
Suzuki Samurai.
And here, there's the other box. And this one too has spare parts. And then there's this one here.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so you have, oh my God.
This was all custom made. I added this box so I could carry my generator, some extra wires, and some more tools. Because you never have too much storage.
Or enough tools.
And I also made a custom roof rack on the top. And I have 3 Zarga boxes on there.
Wow.
I have a kayak, and on the other one I have all my power tools. Enough, Rocky. Pearl.
We'll see how the wind does, but let's start with this trailer. And do you want to go up there and kind of show your deck?
Yeah. The trailer, I got it after. It was, at the beginning I was gonna get the truck and load a motorcycle on the back of it, but then I thought of it and I wanted to bring my dogs along, so the motorcycle wasn't practical. So I looked for a trailer. The first year I was out on the road, I had a smart car on here. I loaded a smart car up here. I had a smart car that I almost did like a little four-wheeling smart car with bigger 30-inch tires, but it wasn't very good off-road. So I looked for something that was just as small, and the Samurai came up. And the following year, I got rid of the smart car, and I got the Samurai. We did a whole bunch of upgrades on the Samurai, just so I can go rock crawling and off-wheeling anywhere.
Let's go back on this deck, because the deck, I also have a deck on my rig, and I love having the deck. Unfortunately, it's so windy here. I'm not sure if the audio is going to be any good, but I want to show you guys how cool this thing is. He's got his little fireplace here, gas, and then he's got his comfy chairs. Obviously, Frank likes his comforts because
and I have a fireplace.
I mean, check this out. He's got a what kind of stove is this one? I know
it's a wood stove.
Oh, it's a wood stove. Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I thought.
I don't have the chimney hooked up in the back, but in Mississippi, where it gets chilly in the mornings, I light up the fire in there, and it's nice and toasty, and it gives it a nice smell in the truck. You feel like you're in a log cabin.
And one thing about fire from actual logs is that it's a dry heat, unlike propane. So you don't get the condensation that you do with propane. So having a wood stove in here is kind of key for like people who are like winter camping and don't want much condensation. But have a seat, and I want to show guys how cool this deck is back here. If I don't fall. By the way, check out this tire. This is how big these tires are. He's like taking this whole trailer. But there we go. Look at that. I mean, how sweet is that? Deck, and this is his view. Just desert. And a lagoon. You can't see the lagoon, but it's right there. So we're gonna go inside, and what I really caught my attention on the inside of the space is that obviously Frank has style. Really pretty. He's got these like black cabinets with leather handles and brass what are those things? Hardware, thank you. And he's very much into all this kind of like old style stuff. Like, by the way, what is this thing?
That's a Soda Stream.
Oh, Soda Stream. Oh my God, I love Soda Stream.
Because I only drink soda water.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I have my Soda Stream, and then I'm gonna show you guys this very cool here. He's got his coffee machine, of course a Pavoni. Me being Italian, I know what good coffee is. But countertops are butcher block, really pretty. And I want to show the refrigerator here because Frank likes to cook. And so
it's 120 liters of storage, and I can put a freezer on either side. I can swap it over, or I can turn one off and leave one on. We have 2 dogs, and we feed them raw meat, so I need freezer space all the time, and we like to go out and spend a week without going to a grocery store, and this is the perfect option for us.
And I think like anyone who has an expedition vehicle that goes for extended times, refrigerator and freezer space are really key. I actually travel with a dedicated freezer so that I can have meat and fish and all the good stuff. So one thing that Frank has done, which I think is quite brilliant, is he used IKEA. You want to tell people about the IKEA?
I wanted something that I can replace on the fly if I needed to replace it, because lots of people, they make their own cabinetry, and I'm not a cabinet maker by any means. So I decided to make my own framing, which if you look, it's all 80-20. It's aluminum, so nothing's gonna get water or waterlogged.
Look at this, by the way. Sorry for interrupting you. I love how he's got all of his culturally knives, okay? But all his stuff here, but go ahead, sorry, I interrupted you.
I wanted something that was sturdy, and IKEA sells all their hardware is Blum, which if anybody that knows about cabinetry, they know Blum is very good quality. So this was easy. And then once you get the cabinets, you just make the aluminum to the size you want. Okay. And like that, and like at the same time, so everything's open.
You can just buy drawers.
Yeah, you go to IKEA. I went to IKEA. I bought the drawers. I bought the door facings, and then I just built everything. I put everything together. I built the frame out of aluminum, and then if you notice, it's all the aluminum is there. And at the same time, it's all open.
Here's where you can see it really well. Really nice size sink with with a regular faucet. And Frank, obviously, he's not bothered by flies because this place
they're so annoying.
is unbelievable. I've never dealt with flies like this. It's like I'm killing them all. He just doesn't really care. Okay, so let's talk about the bed while we're here.
Yeah, the bed. I wanted something that was out of the way when we're living, but yet I wanted a big bed. I didn't want to sleep on a 48-inch or a 50-inch bed. I wanted something as big as possible. So this turns out to be a bit bigger than a California king, because this is the day bed, and when this part of the bed comes down.
So you have it on rails? What is the?
It's on linear actuators.
Okay.
So because like that I can adjust it myself, and it just happened that it comes down all the way down, and it sits on the counter, and it's even with the other part.
Oh, nice. So here is the sitting area, and Frank is kind of gonna explain how this works.
So right now it's set up as a day bed. I have a day bed there and a day bed here, but when we want to dine inside, which is most of the time we dine outside, but when we want to dine inside, this part becomes the backrests, and then I removed the wood that's underneath here. This wood, I remove it, and then I have a regular dinette area that we can sit. You can actually sit 3 people if you want.
Oh, right, nice.
on it.
Yeah.
And then you have the lagoon table that pivots, and you can adjust it. So if you want, it becomes the extra counter.
Oh, nice. Yeah, the extension.
It makes the extension for the counter. If she wants to really, actually, in Christmas she did a whole feast over here, and she filled up this whole van with what's called cinnamon rolls and sourdough and everything. We love to cook.
You have some serious counter space on this rig. And
very important for us because like I mentioned, we love to cook. We cook as much as we can inside the truck. We make sourdough. She bakes and cooks, and she makes chocolate bars, and we have everything. I have an ice cream maker. I have a meat grinder. We have tortilla press, pasta maker.
Oh my God.
What else do we have? I mean, we have
juicer.
Every little thing. No, the juicer. I don't really juice that much. I'm a real carnivore. I'm a meat and potatoes kind of guy. I eat some potatoes, but more meat than potatoes. But
and while we're here, just wanted to show he's got AC, and I don't know what that AC is. Is that
that's a 24 volt AC unit.
Okay.
So it's hooked up to my battery bank. So it's regular 24 volt batteries. You don't have to hook it up to a 110 or a 120, whatever they want to call it.
Let's talk about, while we're talking about that, do you want to show your power and what you got going on in here?
Power wise, we have a lot. Let me show you. All right, well, power wise, all my electronics are Victron. I have a 3000 watt inverter. I have 2 solar charge controllers because I divided my solar panels on the roof. Because anybody that knows a little bit about solar, if you get a shadow on one panel, it knocks out all the other panels on that string. So I divided driver's side and passenger side. So if one gets a branch or a shadow of a tree, the other 2 are still working full power, and it's been working out great. Battery wise, I have 800 amps of 24 volt. My whole system is 24 volt.
And why did you decide to do 24 volt?
24 volt. I wanted 24 volt because the truck is already built on 24 volt. And when you use 24 volt, your wiring is smaller, so it works out cheaper. They don't overheat as much. It's like I use a lot of power over here. We have an induction cooktop. I have hot water that I have it plugged right into my inverter.
How much solar do you have?
We have, I believe it's 840 watts of 24 volt.
Yeah. Okay. So is that different than if you were on 12?
Well, I believe that would be the equivalent of 1600.
Oh. Okay.
Because since it's double the voltage.
Right.
So the panels are smaller, and I get just as. I mean, I can put back on a day like today that's very sunny. I can put back about anywhere between 15 to 18% back of my battery. So it almost, whatever I use in the day, it comes back the next day. So I rarely have to run my generator. I have a generator also that I install, that I have a compartment for as a backup.
Inboard?
No, it's a separate generator, so I can pull it out and charge my the system. I didn't want anything that I can service myself, and it's easy. So the batteries, I have more batteries here than in some electric cars.
Yeah, I mean, everything looks nice and clean in here, and I am quite impressed.
There's still a work in progress. Like, there's still some wiring that I have to redo. Like my little box over here, I have to switch it over to the box behind. Like, some of my electronics are even behind this, the main drawer over here. So, but it's anybody that travels knows that you're always upgrading and updating.
Right.
You always want to change something, make something a little bit better to your liking, and it's a work in progress. I've been traveling now this is my 3rd year, and I've been updating things constantly. And if it doesn't break, or I want to make it, or if it's going good, or I want to make some upgrades, it's easy to do. I built everything myself, so I can update it, and I know how everything works. I know how everything's wired. That's what's great about making a truck yourself, because when you buy one already made, you're counting on the company making something good. There's very few companies that make something good or great. If you make it yourself and you know what you're doing, or even if you don't know, like I didn't know everything, YouTube is amazing. There's people out there teaching you. So that's lots of YouTube. That's what took me. I started planning this in 2015. I looked at videos for 5 years, finding out all the parts that I wanted and everything. And then when I found the truck, I slowly built out the truck to my liking. Nothing in here is standard, but there's stuff that you can buy standard, like the IKEA cabinets, the Victron stuff, the batteries and all that. Then you just put everything together and you make it a home.
So Frank is going to show the toilet and talk a little bit about how that works.
Yeah.
Actually, not toilet, the bathroom.
Yeah, I wanted to keep all the water into one section, so since it's a small area, I wanted to make everything compact. So I put the toilet in the entrance. The toilet is something that we don't use very often. You're talking about maybe using it 15 minutes a day, and having a whole room just for 15 minutes a day did not work in my logic. So I put the toilet in the entrance. You can pull it out, and it's a composting toilet. The urine goes directly into the gray water. There's a fan that gets plumbed outside, so there's no smell, or very little, compared to a cassette toilet. I used a cassette toilet in Europe when I traveled in Europe in a van, and if it's not well closed, you always get that little whiff.
Yep.
That's not comfortable.
No, I don't like it.
And this one here, you get that whiff sometimes, but it's probably due to be replaced. And this also works out to being my shower. So whenever we want to shower, I hook up a curtain all around. I take the water from the faucet, and
So does this extend? The faucet extends, or
oh
you
no,
actually...
I have a
Oh,
hose
there
that
it
I can
is.
unscrew, and
Yeah.
I just screw in the hose, and we
Yeah.
just hook it up here, and it drains directly, and then it gets pumped into the gray water.
How about your water tank?
So water-wise, I put two 20-gallon tanks inside, and I separated the tanks so I can put drinking water and just water that I can pick up off a stream on one side. I can separate the two tanks if ever that happens, or I can join them together. And now I added a 40-gallon tank underneath the truck, which I can transfer the water from there into these tanks. And when I get back to Montreal, I'm gonna add another 40-gallon. So I'm gonna have 120 gallons of drinking water on me all the time. Because that's what stops you from
comfort.
that's what stops you from staying out longer. Food and water. If you don't have enough food, or if you don't have enough water, you're coming into town. So if I can stay out for a week and a half, 2 weeks, and you're good to go. And you could even avoid shopping in small towns where it's more expensive, or you can go to Costco and go all the way from one big town to the other big town between Costco's or Sam's Clubs. So it helps to have a lot of water and a lot of food on board all the time. And when you're two people with two dogs,
And I want to point out that his dogs eat meat, so that's a lot of refrigerator space just for that.
yeah, I don't believe in buying them kibble or things like that. I mean, there's people. I had other dogs. We gave them kibble, but I find with raw meat, you avoid the vet altogether.
So I've noticed this very nice bamboo, huge cabinet here, and is this also an IKEA?
No, this is the only like unit that I had to make myself. But this is very simple. It was just cutting pieces of wood. I had a friend that had a track saw, and I cut all the wood myself, and I made it. I'm still a little bit. I'm still handy enough. So, but this is all the. Oops, there goes our laundry. This is all our storage for our clothing and all her. She has everything in here. Women like to carry a lot of stuff.
This is quite a bit of storage in here.
All these boxes are from IKEA. I bought them, and then I took the measurements, and I made the shelves to fit these boxes. So if ever I need to replace the box, like there's one here, and then there's one in the back.
Oh wow, that's deep.
So yeah, it's the same depth as the counter, which is 24 inches.
Okay.
So I wanted to have it, and you always run out of space. If you live in a van, you know that there's never
enough space.
There's never enough. The more space you have, the more stuff you carry, and that's why I have toolboxes underneath the truck, and they're still full. And I have two storage Zarga boxes on the roof, and those are full. So actually 3 boxes, and they're full. So you're always running out of space. You always want more space, and this is. And I wanted to keep the cabinet. I didn't want to put too many cabinets. So I opted out not to put cabinets for now, and it's been working out great. All my dishes, anything that I need to cook is here. We have our pantry and all the cooking stuff, the air fryer, grinder. I believe that's the magic bullet. Behind there we have the pasta maker, the ice cream maker. This is somebody that cooks this.
It's a real kitchen.
Yeah. And I had an extra space over here right above my fridge, so we even added an extra drawer for our lard and our eggs and some little knickknacks here and there.
So here's his stove is kind of the way a lot of the campers are going these days.
So it's an induction cooktop that I can plug in, and we can cook on that side, we can cook on this side, or we can cook outside. So I wanted something that's removable and that I can cook anywhere I want.
Tell us a little bit about the walls, because I thought that was quite interesting how you approach the wall.
The wall, like I mentioned before, the insulation already came with that aluminum and polyester spray foam insulation. I forgot what it's called, and then aluminum. But the aluminum, it gets cold. If anybody has a van has already noticed that in humid weather and cold weather, you get this condensation. So what I did, I added 1/2 inch of cork on the top, on the ceiling, on the walls, and 1 inch of cork on the floors. And this gives me a thermal barrier, so I don't get no condensation on my walls. It's soundproof. It's hydrophobic, I believe it's called. It doesn't absorb water. It doesn't create mildew. So it does 3 things.
It does 4 things. It's also very pretty.
Yeah, this one here. This one is for aesthetic purposes. The one that you see that's under my roof paneling, that one is just regular cork. Oh. So there's different models of cork. Like my floors is a different color of cork. So you can get different different colors, different thicknesses of cork. Oh, so I matched it up, but it's all cork. This is a pure rolled cork, and it works out great because aesthetically it's pleasing, and it does what I wanted it to do. It stops the condensation, it keeps down the noise, and it's warmer to the touch. It's like if you some people they put plastic flooring and it's cold in the mornings. This one is not as cold because it's cork, and the walls never get cold.
Very nice.
And I also the black wall, that's cork also. Everything, the whole has a whole layer of cork. The only thing that doesn't have cork is my 2 doors.
The question that now everybody wants to know is, what did you put into this rig, and maybe tell people who might be interested in doing an affordable overland or expedition rig like this how they can do it and how you did it.
Well, this rig started off base price when I bought it was $22,000 US. I slowly built it out. I bought it in 2020 and I built it out. I left on the road permanently in December 2023. So over the next 3.5 years, I slowly built up the rig. I added some solar, I added batteries, and I built out the interior. The interior wasn't very expensive. Everything you see here, I would say was under maybe $6,000 or $7,000 Canadian, the interior part. What cost the most are batteries and solar and electronics. Batteries, I started off small. I started only with 2 batteries, which were still quite big. It was 400 amps for the 2 batteries of 24 volt. My whole system is 24 volt. It's better because you can use smaller wiring, which comes out cheaper, and it doesn't pull as many amps. Things don't get as hot. But if you're going to build something out like this, always think that leave room for expansion. Like I already had left room for extra batteries. I had left room for extra solar charge controllers if I ever upgrade to more solar. I have a DC to DC charger. I'm going to install a second DC to DC charger when I upgrade my alternator. So when I'm driving, I can charge my batteries faster. You can get into something like this, I would say, probably for less than $50,000. It depends how you build it out. Depends what electronics you put into it. If you start basic, the first year I got the truck, I barely put, I think it was maybe $40,000 into it, and I went out camping. I didn't go out living full time, but I went out up north camping with it. It all depends what you want to do with the truck. If you want to live in it full time and be comfortable, have hot water, have shower, toilet, everything, you're gonna have to add a couple of things to it. But if you want it just for weekend trips and you just want a simple bed, I've seen rigs built out for less than $5,000. The interior I'm talking about. So you can comfortably get on the road for under $50,000, I believe you can do that. I've never actually counted every penny, because if I counted every penny, I think I would I would get very worried. But since it was over 3 years and a half, and counting, because I still do upgrades as I go. I'm gonna install another winch. I'm gonna put I'm gonna put a bigger alternator in it. As it goes, I see what I need and I upgrade it, and it doesn't hurt the pocket as much.
So what's your recommendation? Your, like, 5 words of advice for people who want to get into it.
Go simple at the beginning. Use it a few times before you build anything out. See what you need. Maybe even make a couple of drawings, see what you need. Go out camping a couple of times, and you're gonna see this works, this doesn't work. I haven't really changed much of the interior because I did a lot of research. I spent almost over 5 years doing research to build this thing out before I even got the truck. So I did a bunch of research. YouTube is a great tool. You can go there and you can watch videos. I suggest to everybody, watch videos of what I don't like about my truck. Those are the best videos. Watch those videos, whatever they don't like about their truck. That's what you have to study, because some people did things and they're not happy. So like that, you'll learn from that. But you can easily get on the road for $50,000, less than $50,000. You can get with a military truck like this, and you can go anywhere. This will go more places than any Sprinter van out there. And a Sprinter van, basic Sprinter van is what? I had looked at 95,000 Canadian, so I don't know, 65,000 US, a 4x4.
Not built.
No, not built, empty. Oh no, if you want a Sprinter van built out, you're looking at 250.
Right.
So if you're on a budget, the military truck is the way to go. These same trucks built out in Europe are going for 350,000 euros and up. I've seen rigs like this of $1 million. In Nova Scotia, I came across somebody that had a truck like this, and he had paid 700,000 euros for it. And it was a little bit bigger, and yes, it was a little bit nicer than this, but it wasn't more road capable than this.
Very nice. Well, thank you so much, Frank, and I hope you've been an inspiration for a lot of guys out there looking to get into an expedition rig under $50,000.
You're welcome. Happy to show you around, and
see you on the road.
I hope you follow us. Miles and Meals on YouTube and on Instagram. We don't do a lot of YouTubing, but we have quite a few posts on Instagram. If you want to see where we are and where we've been and where we got stuck, go on Instagram.
All right. Awesome. Well, thanks so much, Frank.
You're welcome.